As you begin Module 6, we wanted to provide you with a very brief webinar to cover or highlight some major components of this module and the way it was developed. And now it focuses, you can see the title there, Creating, and we mentioned in the first webinar in Module 1 that this is the way to think about technology integration. You think from what is good teaching, and it doesn't matter whether you're focused on education from a physical health point of view, a mathematics, any subject, and also any age. What's universal about all these things is they're all looking for good teaching. Now think about that as you start Module 6. And we looked on the other modules about technology integration, but now the reason why we looked at creating is when you click on the readings here, you will go to various web pages talking about Blooms. Many of you may be familiar with Blooms, but I'm just going to jump onto some extra tabs I have open here. Blooms here, in fact this is the old version and this is the new version, and this is a web page by our very own Dr. Overbaugh. And you can see here the Blooms has creating at the very top. In other words, if you want students to understand or have knowledge, they begin first at remembering things, and then it goes to understanding, applying, analysing, evaluating, and then creating. So we went right for the top there, creating. Another way to look at this is through Cathay Sharrock's eyes, and she did a great visual here, an infographic if you'd like to say, and it has creating as the major cog there, turning everything around, and it has some ideas of what you can use as in the little text that's round the edge. When you look at the web page you can probably see this clearer, but if you scroll down on the page that we have there, on the reading page this is, it has apps, maybe using a mobile device and want to create using a mobile device, and you'd look at the C here for creating, and there's various things that you might like to do like storytelling, video editing and so on. And what's nice about this is Papert, you might have heard of him, Seymour Papert, in 1991 actually wrote about the fact that when students are creating things for a larger audience, that is far more impactful in that they want to create something special because they know other people are going to see it. So the way the other people can see it is through the web. And so this is great because many of these things can be posted to the web. Obviously check your school policies on doing so before you do that, because we all want to keep students safe, remembering about digital citizenship and so on. But it's nice for students to create and get their product out to the larger audience. Now also in this class we're talking about Web 2.0, and Web 1.0 would be the first version of the web, which was very static. Many of you may be able to remember that, some of you may not, but it was things like where you went onto the site and looked at what it had. Sometimes it didn't change, but basically you were consuming that, what it had on that page, that information. But Web 2.0 is where you can do things like creating, you can change things, it has an impact on what you do on that website. And again, some of these things here, you might be able to also do storytelling via Web 2.0 tools. And so these are great tools to be able to use to help students create. As you can see there, there's different type of tools for different levels of Blooms. So that's just a quick overview of what we wanted to show you there. So keep thinking about what Web 2.0 is, and also why or how to include technology in a purposeful way. Think about having students doing things like creating, and then how to incorporate the technology in that. And hopefully the readings from this lesson and also the activities, I'm going to click back onto creating there, And also the assignments and things that you're actually going to do yourself. You might notice a trend that you're actually creating things as well. As the young learners learn, also do the same for all the students there. So that's just a general overview of Module 6. Please keep some of these things in mind as you go through the rest of this course.